Okay, so you've got a dog here in Fort Worth, and you know you need some training help. But where do you even start? It could feel a little overwhelming, right? Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to break it all down step by step to help you find the perfect trainer for you and your pup.
I mean, just picture it for a second. A totally calm walk along the Trinity trails, or maybe grabbing a bite on a patio without any drama. Even just having a genuinely fun, stress-free time at Zebon's dog park. That's the dream, right? That's the life we all want with our dogs here. And honestly, the right training, that's what gets you there.
So, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll talk about what makes training in Fort Worth a little different. Then, we'll get you thinking about what your dog actually needs. After that, we'll dive into what makes a trainer truly great. We'll even cover the practical stuff like costs. And finally, we'll wrap up with how to actually pick your training partner. Simple as that.
All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, Training for Fort Worth Life. Because believe me, where you live makes a huge difference.
Look, a cookie-cutter training class just isn't going to work here. Think about it. Your dog has to deal with the busy sidewalks in West 7th, learn how to say hi nicely to neighbors, and just exist in our parks. The best trainers in this area, they get it. They're preparing your dog for the real world, for our world, right here in Fort Worth.
Okay, so we've established why a local focus is so important. Now, let's turn the spotlight on you and your dog. What do you need? Seriously, before you even open a single web browser to look for a trainer, you've got to know what you're trying to accomplish.
You've got options, you know. Training isn't just one thing. There are private lessons for that super focused one-on-one help. Group classes are awesome for learning around other dogs. You've got board and train programs, which are like a super intensive boot camp. Day training is a great choice if you're at work all day. And then there's in-home training, which is perfect for tackling problems that, well, happen at home.
So, what's your big goal? What's the thing that's really bugging you? Are we talking Puppy 101, just the absolute basics? Or is it something specific, like that constant leash pulling that's driving you nuts? Maybe it's the jumping on every single person who walks in the door. Or, it could be something deeper, like reactivity or really bad separation anxiety. Nailing down that primary goal, that is step number 1. It's absolutely crucial.
Okay, so you know what you want to fix. Now let's talk about finding the right person to help you do it. What actually makes a trainer great? It's not just about skills, it's also about their entire approach, their philosophy.
You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. And I know it might sound like a buzzword, but it's really, really important. All it means is rewarding your dog when they do the right thing. That reward could be a treat, a good boy, or their favorite squeaky toy. What this does is it builds their confidence and makes learning feel like a fun game, not a punishment. They actually want to work with you.
Okay, let's talk about all those letters you see after a trainer's name. CPDTK, KPA, It can look like alphabet soup. Here's the deal. Texas doesn't have any official licensing for dog trainers, but these certifications, they're a really good sign. They show that a person has actually studied, passed exams, and is committed to modern, humane methods. It's a huge green flag.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks. We're talking about the practical stuff, local rules, and of course, the cost of training right here in Fort Worth. So here's a rough breakdown of what you can expect to pay. As you can see, a group class for a few weeks might be a couple $100, but something really intensive like a board and train is going to be a much bigger investment. And keep in mind, these are just averages for our area. A trainer with more experience and certifications might charge more, but you're often paying for efficiency. They can get you results faster. I love this quote because it's so true. It is so tempting to just price shop and find the cheapest trainer you can. But try to think of it this way. This isn't just another bill. It's a real investment, an investment in having a happier, calmer, and more fun relationship with your dog for the next 10, 15 years.
And hey, let's not forget the local laws. It's just smart to know them. Dogs have to be on a leash in public here. Rabies shots are mandatory, and yeah, that nonstop barking can actually get you in trouble with your neighbors. The great thing is, good training helps with all of this. It helps you be a responsible dog owner and keeps everyone happy.
Okay, deep breath. We have covered a ton of ground. Now for the most important part, actually picking someone. This is where we pull it all together. You're going to take what you've learned and start asking the right questions to find your perfect match.
So, you're on the phone or meeting with a potential trainer. The very first and honestly the most important question to ask is this one.
And here's why that question is so critical.
You are listening for someone who is clearly and enthusiastically committed to positive reinforcement. You shouldn't walk away feeling confused by a bunch of technical jargon. A good trainer will explain things in a way that makes you feel excited and confident, like you're a team.
Okay, so you feel good about their overall philosophy. The very next question should be about your dog.
Remember how we talked about avoiding that one-size-fits-all approach? This is how you test for that. A really good trainer, they're not just going to talk at you. They're going to start asking you a ton of questions. What's your dog's personality like? What's your daily routine? The plan they suggest should feel like it was designed from the ground up just for you guys.
And here's one last pro tip before you make a decision. Ask them for a sample training plan. It doesn't have to be super detailed, but it should make sense. You should be able to see, okay, here's the homework for me, and here's how we get from practicing in my living room to actually doing this out on a walk. It should feel like a clear, logical journey.
Because when you find that right partner, you absolutely will get there. And pretty soon, you'll be the one sitting on a patio, sipping a coffee with your calm dog right by your side. You'll be taking those relaxed, confident walks through Sundance Square. It's all possible. Happy training!